Check one. All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We will be starting approximately at 2:17 in the next 5 minutes. So get ready. Come and take your seats. Candidates, you can come up to the stage right now. We're going to start in 5 minutes. Gather your candidates.
Testing.
One, two. One, two.
Testing. Is this on? Testing. 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2. Heather.
Got a tight over here, Harry. Man, come on, man.
No, if I was between you two, I'd be like.
But that's what we said, though. This is all right, you know?
No, you're right. This one?
Hey, there she is. You know, we have ready. Just have fun. You're waiting. Hey, voila.
Hey,
All right, what's up?
good to see you.
Guys, we have a backup mic here. How are you?
Good. We all have like a late night and
And then early, yeah.
How you doing?
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes. Oh, is that right?
Is that your? Is that your?
Is that your phone?
Is that your? What? That's no. I don't think that's. Thank you.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
We got to get him a seat. Tight.
So we got a 28 Nice to see you.
Yeah, slide over here. Thanks. Really tight.
Okay. We're picking size down.
I don't think Mark's coming, so I can take him off so y'all don't have to be like so friendly with each other.
You're right. Where's off? Where's off?
He's not coming.
Okay, you put it down there.
Just move that out of the way. Yeah,
Slide down. Yeah, it's kind of tight.
I think we don't know yet.
Yeah. So Arthur, why don't you just go here? Just go here for now. And so she shows up.
Where was Arthur before?
He was right here. It was too tight.
Oh.
There's no way we can fit in here.
Closer in or further out? You were over here?
Well, after my name's that was.
Oh, okay.
There's no seat.
Okay, you're fine.
problem. Just
He's in here.
Just sit there. I'm just going to check this out.
okay. I don't know where you want to put her.
It's not just one. My parents are still married. It's really bad. They love each other very much. I love both of them. Would you bring me on I was trying to
Is Eldowina English here? Eldowina English. Alexis Solis. All right.
spread out a little. It's like Jordan Davis. You're still a stud to me.
She's supposed to be coming. So we need to still get her in person. If she comes. Then we'll just move the chair. Yeah. Thank you, Gary. All right. Hello? Is it on? Can everybody hear me? Good afternoon, everyone. We are about to get started, so I'm going to say it again. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Courtney Finkley Green, and I'm the president of South County Democratic Club. And it is an honor to welcome everyone to Maryland's 5th Congressional District Democratic Forum. Clap, everyone be excited. Because I'm very excited. Our district stretches across Prince George's County, Charles County, Calvert, St. Mary's, and part of Anne Arundel. It is a region shaped by suburban communities, rural landscapes, military families, and a federal workforce that plays a vital role in our state and in our nation. We are home to major federal and research institutions. Naval Air Station Patuxent River, the Naval Surface Warfare Center in Indian Head, NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, and the Beltsville Agricultural Research Center. These anchors drive our economy and support thousands of families across the state of Maryland. With Congressman Steny Hoyer stepping aside after more than 4 decades of service, this forum gives our community an important opportunity to hear directly from those who speak to represent the diverse and dynamic district of Congressional District 5. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the individuals and partners who made today possible. We extend our gratitude to Mr. Emmerich Pierce. Would you like to step forward? Peace.
Emmerich. Emmerich, peace.
Yes, ma'am.
The beast.
Mr. Peace. Make sure my southern accent won't mess up your name.
Don't mess with it. It's okay. Just spell my name right on the check. So welcome to our space. Our company here, we are Keller Williams Preferred Properties. We are one of the largest brokerages in the country. We represent #1 market share in Prince George's County. And we're hosting this event here because we believe in public-private partnerships. And this is a part of what we do. We are in the community. We sell homes. We help people change their lives. More importantly, we have to know more about the political process. And that's part of one of the biggest reasons of why you guys are here, why we're hosting, because the public has to clearly understand that there's a political aspect. Although we may say we're not political, there's a political aspect to all of our lives. And so we have to get engaged. This forum is about, being here is about public-private partnerships, us coming into place to invite you into our space to make sure that the public can get involved in the politics that rule their lives. Is that fair? Yes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. And let's go, Courtney.
Thank you so much, Mr. Emmerich Peace. Absolutely. Additionally, we'd like to recognize Wesley Oliver. He's the owner of Dreams Alive Productions for his continued partnership and support. So all this AV technology, and he's right over there. He's shy, but you know, he's the one that has allowed us to be able to stream. And I don't know if everyone knows, but WJLA, they called us late Friday afternoon saying that this will be streamed on their platforms, and they'll be using it in different media coverage throughout the campaign. So this is also good. And then you also are allowed to go on and use our information as well, and whatever happens here in regards in a media sense. So again, thank you, Wesley Oliver, for Dreams Alive Productions. Additionally, we have a wonderful partner, and that's the Eleanor and Franklin Roosevelt Democratic Club, and we thank them for their collaboration and commitment to civic engagement. So I would like to invite up their president and vice president to give remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is James Whipple. I'm the president of the Eleanor and Franklin Roosevelt Democratic Club. I just wanted to say that the club is proud to partner with the South County Democratic Club. This is a really important discussion to be had, and I'll let my vice president talk about how important this discussion is to be had because, well, she's really the one that put all this together. In terms of us, we meet monthly in Greenbelt. So if you ever find yourself on the north side of PG County, please seek us out. We speak monthly on a variety of different topics. If you want more information, our website is rooseveltclub.com, all one word, Roosevelt Club. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, thank you, James. My name is Jenny Pompey, and I'm the first vice president of the Eleanor and Franklin Roosevelt Democratic Club. And I just want to express my sincere appreciation to Courtney for the opportunity to partner with the South County Democratic Club on this forum. It's collaborations like this that really strengthen the Democratic Party, and they reflect the shared commitment we all have to building a more engaged, informed, and united community. As Democrats, we know our strength lies in working together, organizing, listening, and supporting leaders who will carry forward our core values of equity, justice, opportunity, and integrity. The choices we make in moments like this shape not only our party, but the future of our communities. So thank you all for being here, for staying engaged, and being part of the democratic process.
Thank you so much, Jenny. And now it's time to move into the heart of today's program. It is my privilege to introduce our moderator, Barbara Holt-Streeter, CEO of Power to Move LCC. Barbara is an esteemed community leader, a powerful connector, and someone with the rare ability to use communication as a bridge, bringing people together and guiding conversations with clarity and grace. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Barbara Holt-Streeter.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor and pleasure and privilege to be here amongst many of these amazing people that are here today. Let's just breathe. There's been a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on in the world, in the country, in the county, and our personal lives. And so for us to take the time to invest in what's going on here in District 5, that's very important. So give yourselves a hand who decided to come out today to really learn more on who you are considering voting for. Some of you all may already know, but we're hoping this forum will give you some additional information as well. And so I want to take a few minutes to thank you, Courtney, the South Democratic Club, for coordinating this, and all the other partners as well. It's a lot to plan events, and it's even more to do a candidate forum, if you, particularly the ones who've been on this table here, sitting here. And also Mr. Emmerich Peace for opening up his building, this office, and he talked about public-private partnership, which is very important. And so we're gonna take some time today, and I wanna share something personal as well. So I also served as a candidate a number of years ago, about 6 years ago. As someone on this candidate area and I ran against each other. Go ahead, Walla Blagay. All right. And so I understand the hard work that a candidate has to do. And if you've never been in their seats, be careful how you may complain, okay? So really, I want you to listen to those questions, be able to compliment them. If you hear a great answer, clap. You know, encourage them. That's very important. And if you hear something you don't really like, you better not boo, because I have security in the back that will take you out, okay? Because we're going to do things decency and order, but we're going to have an enjoyable time, all right? So in order to do this, I'm going to share with you what the agenda is, the run of the show, but I'm also want to share with you we have a timekeeper. The beautiful timekeeper, Mr. Loris, could you please stand? I want everyone to see we have a timekeeper. Doesn't she look beautiful? Look at her. Okay. That timekeeper will also provide us when it's time to our little break. So a 5-second will be in red. Please show us the red. That's green. Show red. Turn around. There you go. That's okay. We got it. That's red. 15 seconds is yellow. 30 seconds is green. One of the most important time is the 5 seconds red. So if you're still talking and that red is up, that means you have 5 seconds. When that is down, it will show us stop. If you all are still speaking, I would kindly move to the next person with a smile, okay? So I'm going to go over that in just a moment. Yes, okay? So our opening statements will be 1 minute. Opening statements, 1 minute. We will have core district questions. That will be split into groups. The names are not in alphabetical order. Those names are depending on the computer. They put all the names together, and this is the list that we have. That will be 1 minute. The next is a Prince George's County question. That will be 1 minute. Next, we'll have a lightning round. Quick on your feet. That's 30 seconds. Guess what? We're going to take questions from the audience. All right. You all like that audience, right? Okay. And that will be 30 seconds. We will then have closing statements, 1 minute. Really quick again, opening statements, 1 minute. Core district questions, 1 minute. Prince George's County question, 1 minute. Lightning round?
1 minute.
No, we're going to try this again. We're going to pray for this side over here. Lightning round is? Thank you very much. Audience question is? Okay, 30 seconds. I was trying to help you out here. Closing statement is 1 minute. Okay, are we ready? Okay. We're going to start with our opening statements. Now, I will say opening statements will be in order, so I'll help you out a little bit here, okay? No, it will not. I just changed that. Okay, here we go. Opening statement. I will start with Walla Blagay. Ready for the time? Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Prince George's. I'm your council member. I have been your voice for the last 4 years. When you wanted to pause a data center, I stopped it. When you wanted to make sure that we had health care in our community and complained about the hospital there, we started a task force to resolve your issue. When you had concerns about HOA, we introduced legislation to bring HOA a process so that your voice could be heard. Many things that you've brought, we've answered. When you've come to ours, I've been one that people said, you did what you campaigned on. I campaigned to stop development that didn't make sense, and we did it. And we also talked about bringing quality into our community. As you can see, we just brought Tiffany Haddish to bring a grocery into our community, and we're about to announce a grocery store in Westphalia. I've delivered for you. You need a fighter in Congress, and I will deliver for you there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Walla Blagay. Next, and you can clap. Opening statements, please clap. Very good. Next, we'll have Mark Arnaz. It's Mark is not here. Okay. Next, we'll have Arthur Ellis. Are you ready, Arthur? Timekeeper, you ready? Okay, hold on. All right, we are ready.
I'm ready. Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to see you. I'm Arthur Ellis, State Senator for the last 8 years, representing District 28, Charles County. I've served, including all of Maryland, including Prince George's County. Southern Maryland Rapid Transit, to ease our transit. That's my bill which passed. We're working on transit solutions for Prince George's County into Charles County. Maternal health, black maternal health. We passed a medulla bill, which tell Medicaid to pay for doula services and insurance companies, which is improving, among my many other maternal health bills, the maternal health for Marylanders. We went from a C score, a C minus, to a C plus and B minus, and we're making improvements. I will continue to serve you if you send me to Congress. I ask for your vote and support. Again, my name, Arthur Ellis.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arthur Ellis. Next, we will have Mr. Walter Kirkland.
All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Mr. Walter, hold on one moment so we can prepare the time. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, she told me
Hey,
she's
good
already ready.
afternoon.
Okay.
I'm Walter Kirkland.
Hold on one second, I'm sorry. So green is 30 seconds. Red is 5 seconds. When you see the red, you have 5 seconds to wrap it up. Okay, is that good with everyone? Okay, I do apologize, Mr. Walter Kirtland.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon. I'm Walter Kirkland. I'm the founding president of the 100 Black Men of Prince George's County. I'd be honored to get your vote. I'm a father, I'm a mentor, and I'm a family man. I'm not a career politician. I'll be in the trenches with you. We have a saying with the 100 Black Men, what you see is what you be, and I live my life by that. Also, I'm going to work on these platforms. Mental health goes everywhere. We sleep on mental health. I'm going to work on workforce development, AI. I'm going to work on seniors. I'm a senior. I'm a different kind of guy who's going to be in the trenches, going to fight for you every single day. I would be honored to have your vote. I've worked in the community for 30 years. I was the chair of March of Dimes. I was the chair of Alzheimer's Association. My dad had dementia, shot himself in the leg, and he died from that. There's an affinity with the community. There's an affinity to make a difference. So I'm going to extend what I've been doing the last 30 years in this position. I'm a different dude with a different passion. Vote for Walter Kirkland for Congress. I hope I can earn your vote.
Thank you very much. Good job, Mr. Walton. All right, next we will have Quincy Barabee. And Quincy, you're ready.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, can everybody hear me? My name is Quincy Barabee, and I'm a candidate running like all other people here for Congress for the 5th Congressional District. I'm a healthcare CEO, a mother, a wife, and a former financial manager with the federal government. I am running because Washington is broken. It has failed to impact the issues that affect us every single day. The high cost of healthcare, the high cost of utility bills, and the high cost of living. We need a representative that understands the challenges we experience every single day. And not only that, a representative that has livable experiences. This is the representative. I am your chance. We are tired of career politicians. We cannot let them focus on dictate our lives and our everyday families. So I ask for your support, and most importantly, I ask for your vote.
Thank you very much, Ms. Quincy. Very good. Next, we'll have Terry Jackson. And he's not here. Okay. Okay, all righty. We'll move to Harry Jaron. Who's Harry? There he is.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Go ahead.
My name's Harry Jaron. I'm a small business owner and a volunteer firefighter from Anne Arundel County. My job is helping fire and EMS departments navigate the federal grant system, so I understand how federal dollars flow through to our communities. I also competed on season 41 of Jeopardy! I didn't win, but my episode's coming up in the reruns later this week, so keep an eye out for that. I missed Smokey the Bear on Final Jeopardy! That's very embarrassing for a firefighter. I'm never going to live that down. I was an aid volunteer in Ukraine at the start of the war in 2022, driving ambulances and fire trucks over there. I've done a lot of cool stuff, but the most important thing I want you to know about me is that I'm a new dad. I have 2 newborns at home, and I look at them and I think, what kind of world are they going to grow up in? I recognize that the Democratic Party is not putting up enough of an opposition against a white supremacist fascist movement that's in power, and that's why I'm running for Congress. I'd appreciate your support.
Thank you very much, Harry. Heather Looper. It's okay. All right. Are you ready, Heather?
I am.
You may begin.
Okay. Hello, my name is Heather Looper. My seat is louder than I am, I think, right now, but hopefully you can hear me. I'm a social worker, and I have worked for the federal government, the Veterans Administration, for over 23 years, and loved the work that I was doing with veterans. The mission is absolutely amazing. But in the last year, watching the dismantling of our agency, and not just VA, but many agencies across the federal government, was more than I could stomach. And so I decided that I needed to leave working for federal government in that area and actually run for Congress. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to be an advocate, to advocate on a completely different level, and to listen and to care and to fight for the needs of the people of District 5. I'm Heather Looper, and I hope to earn your support.
Thank you very much, Ms. Heather. Next, we'll have Jerry Lightfoot. Ready?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Hello, you hear me? My name is Jerry Lightfoot.
Jerry, I'm sorry. I need you to use your mic, please.
Okay,
Thank you.
Could actually hear.
It's working.
All right, my name is Jerry Lightfoot, 22 years, United States Army combat vet, another 12 years civil service. My whole adult life has been given to public service, has been doing everything behind closed doors, behind the trenches, not out front. And it's hard to lead from behind a desk. And I've done that in multiple combat tours across the water. I've done that working with NATO war planning for what it will look like if we stepped in the Ukraine war and started World War III. Your country has given enough trust to me. I want you to give that same trust to me to go fight for you and really fight for you with a proven record, right? So I just want to quote this real line from this poem at the end. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged the punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. I want each and every one of you to remember that, because no matter how bleak things are, it is up to you to be the change you seek in the world.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Jerry. I appreciate that. Thank you. Next, we'll have Alwina English.
She's not here.
She's not here either. I do apologize for that. Let's move forward with Mr. Harry Dunn.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for being here. My name is Harry Dunn. I believe that a lot of you all may know who I am because I lived one of the worst days of my life on national TV at the Capitol on January 6th, when insurrectionists led and fueled by Donald Trump stormed the Capitol. A lot of people didn't even know the Capitol Police existed. However, I stood up and I met the moment. I quit my job for an opportunity to fight for what this fight that we're in now. I don't believe we're in politics as usual. I don't believe this is an opportunity where career politicians and things work, where we're in a place where diplomacy or reaching across the aisle works. This administration is using the Constitution as a suggestion manual. Sometimes that's toilet paper, and we need people that are actually going to fight back and understand the gravity of what's at stake right now. I'm from Prince George's County. I'm a product of Surrattsville High School. Go Hornets. And I look forward to talking to you all more and ask for your support and your vote. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Dunn. Next, we will have Mr. Rashawn Baker. Ready?
Good afternoon. First of all, I want to thank the South Democratic Club for doing this and all their partners. I'm Rashawn Baker. I had the privilege of serving for 8 years in the Maryland House of Delegates representing District 22. And then seeing trouble that we had in Prince George's County, I ran for county executive. And I had the privilege of serving for 8 years in Prince George's County at a time when we built a brand new hospital. We created jobs throughout. We expanded transit throughout the Prince George's County area. And now I see what's happening at the federal level, that we're broken. Once again, I want to go help us in not only Prince George's County, but in District 5, go against those things that we see pushing back. Yes, it's good to be able to go up there and fight, but you have to know what you're doing. If you can't get things done for the constituents, then you're no good. You're just giving speeches. I know this firsthand. You know, one of the things that reminded me of how I got into politics was the Voting Rights Act. I got my seat in the House of Delegates because of the Voting Rights Act. I want to make sure we do that. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you. All right, Miss Nicole Williams.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Delegate Nicole Williams, representing District 22 in the Maryland General Assembly. Thank you to the South County Democratic Club and everyone else who put this wonderful event together. I got involved in politics, honestly, not to be an elected official, but I really did believe that if we could elect good people to public office, they would enact good policy that would really make our communities better. And that is really why I got involved to begin with. And that was the work that I did for many years before I was even in elected service, serving on the Democratic Central Committee or serving as third vice chair of the Maryland Democratic Party. And then for the last 7 years, serving as a delegate as well as chair of the Prince George's County delegation. I'm running to simply be your partner in the work, to get things done. I have the experience over the last 7 years in serving in Annapolis, passing consequential pieces of legislation. And so I look forward to hopefully earning your vote and earning your support.
Thank you, Ms. Nicole. Next, we'll have James Anderson Makel.
Good afternoon, everybody. So I'm James Anderson Makel. I'm a native son of Southern Maryland. My family been since the 1600s. I'm a proud father of 3. One has level 3 autism. My son is part immigrant, so I understand immigrant experience. And like I said, I served Prince George's County not as a politician, but as a Prince George's County firefighter. So I've served every community in Prince George's County right soon after 9/11, through Andrax, through the DC sniper. And it's about community, serving this community, and that's what I'm all about. That's why I joined this race, right? Southern Maryland, I'm proud of Southern Maryland, and that's what Southern Maryland stands for. So my first priority is housing affordability, 50% property taxes for our seniors, fire, police, nurses, and just bringing that sense of family back to community. And I always go back to Marion Barry. He took care of his people. That's about.
Well, thank you. All right. Last but not least, for our opening statement, okay, make sure I got everyone on this side, Miss Leah Messick. Okay, you're ready? Yes. No. Wait a minute.
We'll switcheroo. Okay, is this one working?
Yes.
All right, great. I'm Leah Messick. I have to use paper. I'm sorry, I got a concussion, so I'm trying to like hang in with my brain. I'm a single mom, Charles County, and I'm running for Congress because Congress isn't fighting for us. Last year, I lost my home of over 20 years because my landlord was MAGA, and he told me to shut my mouth, and I said no. I don't intimidate very easily. From there, I went to, I only made like $20K last year because I decided not to work and go to DC instead. I contracted out my clients. And in DC, I sat in congressional hearings through the big, beautiful bill. As our representatives made jokes with the other side while they were taking everything that mattered from us. I've been to protest. I've been outside immigration and the Heritage Foundation, making sure they don't get a moment of peace. I was in the nation's capital alone at night, keeping an eye on what was happening during the state of emergency with ICE. And then I came home and I made our ICE Rapid Response Team in Charles County. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much, Miss Leah. All right. Well, you've now heard the opening statements, and we are ready to begin with the questions. We have 4 core questions. I will give you what the subject is so you will know. Again, there are 4 groups here, so everyone will not answer the same question. The first is under the group of leadership and representation is the topic. Congressman Hoyer has represented this district for more than 44 decades, really 4 years. What part of this legacy should be the next representative continuing, how they should continue, and where does the district need new leadership? Part 1, what part of his legacy should the next representative continue, and where does the district need new leadership? All right, we have 6 people in this group, 6, starting with Walla Blagay.
So that's a okay. Great question.
A lot of teamwork over here.
So the first part of the question is the part of the legacy that we should continue. And I would just note that Congressman Hoyer served on the Appropriations Committee, and that means bringing home the bacon. With the money and the work that he's brought, we do have all of the federal government that we have here, including Southern Maryland. I know we're in Prince George's County, but Pax River, Indian Head, all of those things. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue. I'm going to continue that because we need to bring the bacon. First of all, one of his legacy is the FBI. He worked hard on that. We are going to push to fight to get the FBI in Prince George's County. Second, I've supported a bill on the county level, National Infrastructure Bank, which will bring infrastructure dollars, which we need, especially in Prince George's County, Southern Maryland, to upgrade our roads. I know many of you all have reached out to my office about roads. We need money, and that's one way we can get it. What would we do different? I'm a progressive. We need to push for progressive values. It is a time now that people cannot afford grocery or utilities.
All right, thank you, Ms. Walla Blagay. Thank you.
Medicare for all.
All right, thank you. Next, we'll have Arthur Ellis. So again, the 2-part, what would you continue, and what type of district new leadership? Ready?
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. As a Air Force veteran, I was commissioned at Andrews Air Force Base. So let's not forget Andrews Air Force Base. Tremendous, a lot of jobs. We want to preserve these assets. Over $300 billion in payroll to Maryland from all our bases. We have to preserve that. Definitely we have to bring the FBI headquarters here. I tell you, it will not take me 40 years to bring the FBI headquarters here to Prince George's County. I will look forward to serve. I will look forward to fund all these critical issues that we need funded. Transit, to lessen the congestion on our roads, to really take care of our citizens, to make sure health care is available, to make sure that we do everything we can to stand up to Trump, and to make sure the Democrats that are bending the knee to Trump will stop doing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Arthur. Next is Walter Kirkland. Do I need to repeat the question, or you're good?
I think I got it.
All right.
Steny Hoyer's been.
Hold on one moment, Walter. Mr. Kirkland, I'm sorry.
Yes, Steny Hoyer, as you know, has had a legacy, and I think he's done a lot of phenomenal things. This is very monumental to take this seat, and I'm honored to be in this position. But what I would do is have listening tours. The environment has changed. Wouldn't you agree? It's a different, he was there for 44 years. So I would take some of his legacy stuff, but I would also have listening tours on AI, workforce development. That's how you grow the expansion. The world is different now. So, and I agree, the FBI, we need to get that here. We need to also continue this universal health care for seniors. I'm a senior. So I appreciate what Steny did for 40 years, but we need to be active and be a parent. And I will be out there every single day being visible. If people know me, I'm the guy that's going to be in the community getting feedback from you and saying, can you join my listening tour? So that's what I would do differently. We also need to understand that there's a lot of federal workers, Tucks and Naval. We got to make sure we secure funding for them for pensions and their security and their salary. We can't let that go. They're trying to cut that. And
Thank you so
very
much, Mr. Wolf. Next, we'll have Ms. Quincy.
Thank you. The current Congressman Steny Hoyer has brought a lot of influence and stability to the county, and also has brought a lot of federal resources. No one can take that away from him. But we need new leadership. I know that understands and connects to our everyday challenges, and that's what I bring on the table. I know what it means to work multiple jobs. I know what it means to raise a family. I know what it means to build a business while navigating a system that often forgets the everyday people. So we just need leadership that has livable experiences. Thank you.
Thank you very much. With time remaining. Next, we'll have Harry Jaring.
I understand why so many of you appreciated Steny Hoyer's leadership. Like the other candidates said, he really brought home the bacon. One aspect of his legacy that I would also continue is his leadership on Ukraine, with conflict that I've been very involved in. But I want you to understand that the kind of Congress that Steny Hoyer ran, that is very much a factor in why Democrats have been losing elections. It's a kind of machine politics that prioritizes lobbyists and special interest groups over the interests of actual voters. And in this race right now, Steny Hoyer's PAC has already dumped in more than $500,000 for a candidate who couldn't even be bothered to show up here today, who works as a lobbyist, someone who works as a lobbyist for Oracle, the company that has spent $260 billion on data centers. That is a kind of legacy that I do not want to continue. I will be a very different kind of congressman.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harry. The last person in this group of leadership and representation topic is Heather Luper.
Thank you. So one of the things that has impressed me about Steny Hoyer, there's many things, but one is the support that he has given to our unions. Right now, particularly in federal government, unions are under attack. Their rights have been stripped. And he has fought pretty tirelessly on behalf of working families and their unions. So that's one thing that I would want to continue. I'm a member of AFGE Local 17 myself, and I do think that that's really important. One of the things that I do think is missing is representation. There's never been a black woman to represent Congressional District 5, and it's time. So that's one of the things that's really important. And another thing that I keep hearing in my multiple calls across the district is people want amenities. They want to be able, they don't want to have to go to another county to go out for a nice dinner. And they want to have some entertainment and some amenities while they're here.
Thank you so much, Ms. Heather. Thank you all for answering question 1. Question 2 is federal workforce and economic stability. That is the topic. The question is, public administration is the largest employment sector in this district. What will you do to protect federal employees, their pay, benefits, and job security? You want me to read it again? You good? All right, let's go. We'll start with Jerry Lightfoot.
Thank you. Great question. Federal workers definitely need to be protected. I feel once I worked for the Department of Interior, no longer, of course, because of the Hatch Act, so here I am, unemployed. but a lot of workers did lose their jobs to Doge. What we need to do is put measures in place to make sure that doesn't happen. These agencies that were set up by Congress, is no way we let something else or another outside agency dismantle it. We need to bring everyone back to work. We need to have true raises across the board when it comes to compensation based off of your job, your actual area, line of work, where you live, things to bring people, to keep people in government and entice them to come over from private sector. We need to make sure that we are really looking at, in the fact, the last 50 years, inflation has gone up 700%, yet the same salaries that match it has only gone up 6%. The math doesn't math, but they'll look at you and say you should be able to pay your bills and give your family a good quality of life. That's not true. We have to stand up for one another and put those measures in place and really get livable wages a true meaning of
Thank you
livable
so
wages.
much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Jerry. I greatly appreciate that. Good answer. Next is Harry Dunn.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think we can attribute the attack on federal workers and this federal workforce to Doge. Donald Trump came in with this administration and said, hey, we're going to target waste, fraud, and abuse. I think we can all agree that that's important. You know what? If there's waste going on, if there's fraud and abuse, let's cut it out. However, it costs more to run Doge and operate Doge for the few months that it had been in existence than the amount of waste, fraud, and abuse that they actually found. And you know who also benefited from Doge? Not just the government and Donald Trump. What else did he did? They took information of all of us, voter rolls, voter registrations. So we need to restore, first of all, restore those jobs that were people that were illegally fired. Jamie Raskin over in the next county over has filed lawsuits to have those jobs reinstalled. And I definitely believe that we need to continue to do that to fight for federal workers. And also by creating the trust in the federal government. A lot of people don't want to work there under this administration. So we have to show that we will stand up and fight for them.
Oh, I was going to come over and give you a little pat there. Yeah, you saw me coming. Thank you, Mr. Harry. Next is Mr. Rashawn Baker.
Thank you. That is a great question. It's something that I worked on as county executive. We went through a federal shutdown when I was county executive, and we gathered everyone around the Washington region to push back against the Trump administration. But now we have to make sure in Congress that we protect those benefits that they've taken away. Not just restoring their jobs, but also restoring their retirement benefits and making sure that their health benefits are restored. So you need somebody who knows how to do that on day one. One of the examples I give, when I first came in as county executive, the Democratic federal government was about to move jobs from university, over in University Park area that we had. Senator Barbara Mikulski teamed up with the local government and the state government to keep those jobs right here. That's the kind of experience we need to take to Congress. How to actually work not only at the federal level, but make sure we're teaming at what we need here at the local level so that we get it done. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Nicole Williams.
Thank you so much for the question. You know, when I'm a good DC girl, and so when I was growing up, we was always told, you know, work hard, go to school, after school, either go to college, go to the military, or get you a good federal government job. That's how it was when I was growing up, and it's not like that anymore, unfortunately. And so we do need to put parameters in place, one, to restore the job cuts that have been lost, but also more importantly, we need to, from a legislative perspective, put into place policies to basically prevent what we have seen with the reclassification of civil servants being reclassified to merit employees, being reclassified to political appointees. That is one of the things that this administration, this Trump administration, has done that we need to fix legislatively on the federal level. As a member of the House of Delegates, we passed legislation to provide relief for federal workers who lost their jobs here in Maryland because we understand the importance in this district. Thank you.
Ms. Nicole. Next, we have James Anderson Michael.
First of all, I agree with term limits. If the federal workers don't get paid, any member of Congress get paid. It's easy to make decisions when your belly is full, you have money in your checking account, you have nice homes to go to, but when that federal worker can't pay their bills, most people don't give a damn, I'll be honest with you. When I was a Prince George's County firefighter, we would go to houses, $1 million homes, right? You had something like Christmas in April and things, we could give toys and stuff. We would go to $1 million homes and people would get baskets with food in them, and you can't turn them away. And you would think they have all the money in the world, but they federal employees. 30% of all federal workers in Prince George County are federal employees. They have children with autism, special needs, and they need their money. So mostly people, they have money, they don't care, to be honest with you. They got money. When you have money, you're not concerned about nobody else. We got to get the politics out of this and really go back to the people. Learn what service is. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Last person in this group will be Leah Messick.
So the protections were already in place. They just came through and did what they wanted with the federal employees. They shouldn't have done it. That's why it was illegal to get rid of the federal employees. That's why there's court cases right now. I think a thing that we need to look at is how we got into this position, and it's because we keep playing nice with the enemy and we keep letting them do what they want to do. And when we have the control, we say, well, what do you want? No, we need to come in and do the same things that they do and get actual protections that will help people long term, not just for 4 years, because it's going to keep doing this if we keep playing nice.
Thank you very much. Those were the first two questions for the core questions. We're now going to question 3 and 4. This subject is defense and national security. The question is as follows. The district hosts major military installations, including NAS Patuxent River and NSWC Indian Head. How will you ensure these facilities continue to drive innovation, let's try that one more time, let's say it together here, workforce development and economic opportunity. Innovation, workforce development, and economic opportunity. All right? First person, this one is Quincy Barabee. You're up next.
Oh my God, I was lucky. I was always the third and the fourth. Okay. One of the things that I have to tell the audience, I am a former federal employee. I worked with the Department of Defense as a financial manager. So I'm very, very big on making sure our federal employees are protected. So I will make sure that we keep funding the R&D funding for the Indian Head, and I will make sure that we keep our bases open for the mission to keep going on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we will have Walla Blagay.
Thank you. Great.
That was good.
Okay, hold on my time, sis. Don't get. All right. So this, no, that's a great question, and I will say this: it's time to put America first and invest here. We are spending $1 billion a day in a war that doesn't make sense to us, and we do have the funds to put economic development, to fund innovation, to fund the small businesses that even support the Patuxent River. We can do that through the SBA. I mean, for Prince George's County, we've seen a lot of those who are military, who are actually contractors losing opportunity in our area, and this is where we're going to put it back. We're going to require that we have the funding to fund economic development surrounding the Indian Head Pax River. We can fund that through all of the funding. In fact, the amount of funding that this county in itself got through the Biden administration, we've been wiped out with this administration. It's time to bring that funding back. So this is about prioritizing what's important to us, and infrastructure in our community is what's important. So that's it's, for me, it's one of those things where the deal is done. So thank you.
Appreciate that. Next, we will have Jerry Lightfoot.
I think it's very simple to bring back what's needed to military bases. We have to continue supporting them. We have to make the military look appealing once again. I'm not for drafts. I feel like it should be something of honor and a personal choice to actually serve your country. We shouldn't force people to do so. And we also shouldn't be in conflicts where we shouldn't have to be in America. We should not be what we're doing right now across the water, right? So it's not a war. I hear a lot of people say that it's a conflict. Congress hasn't declared war yet, okay? So please, I think the best thing that's needed for these bases is to just re-overhaul what the military looks like, make it more appealing to young people so they can know it's something stable, and we're not gonna just ship you off to your death or demise, right? And with the funding for innovation, we have to make sure that we're giving projects, we're getting contracts, we're getting new incentives, and incentivizing actual companies and for-profit and private sector to come and partner with us so we can keep this area strong and keep it funding and keep it going. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jerry. Next, we'll have Harry Dunn.
Yeah, with this District 5 having so many military jobs that are here, I think it's important that we can understand, excuse me, Republicans don't have a problem with funding the military. In fact, it's never been really a big problem. The U.S. spends more funding the military than the next 8 countries combined, including China, including Russia, Japan, all these big nations. We spend more than all of the next biggest nations combined, the next 8. So there's always funding, but let's look at where funding could be going instead of that. We could still maintain our military dominance, which I think is very important for our national security, but also investing in places. We literally just cut healthcare subsidies for millions and millions of people across the country while continuing to spend more on military. I think it's very important that we we lower the amount of military spending and fund the programs that actually matter to people here abroad. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Dunn. Next, we'll have Eldwina. I didn't take her off. My apologies. I'm so sorry. Miss Leah.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the
Sure,
question?
no problem.
My brain is trying, I promise.
That's okay, no worries. How will you ensure facilities continue to drive innovation, workforce development, and economic opportunity as it relates to the military installations?
Oh, we have to fund them. We have to fund them. There was a time when the Indian Head base had the town of Indian Head in Charles County jumping. There was all kinds of stuff. And now it's boarded up. It's shut down. It's like nothing. We have to put the funding there. Without funding, nothing's going to happen there.
Right. Thank you very much. Next, we'll have Heather Looper.
Thank you for the question. Like many of my colleagues said, we do need to fund it fully. But another thing that we need for workforce development is we want to make sure that we have the support in place for the workforce that is coming, that is there, that we make sure that people have access, that they want to actually live in these areas where the bases are. We want to make sure that that these places are attractive and that their commute is not a bunch of nonsense, but that they can actually have my commute, by the way, coming from church to, which is in Montgomery County to here. I don't know what happened, but it was like twice as long as it needed to be. But that's something that people deal with every day when they're working Monday through Friday. So, I think that we need to make it attractive for the workforce to actually work and live in these areas.
Thank you very much. And last one for this question is Nicole Williams.
So it's already been said we do need to invest the funding into our various military installations. But in addition to investing the funding with our military installations, we need to work in partnership with our military installations and also with our local government and our local school system. Part of the question was around workforce development. And so one of these things that, in addition to providing the funding, these bases provide a number of jobs for people within our community. And so we need to be partnering them with our local school system and also just with the folks who reside here in Prince George's County with regards to the work opportunities and making sure that we are training our students, making sure that we are training the workforce here to be able to do the jobs that are necessary on our military bases. We know that our military is moving forward in terms of technology. We've talked about there's AI and all of these other things. And so we need to make sure that here in our school system, we are training that next workforce for that new technology so that they can work on those installations.
Thank you, Ms. Nicole. All right. Great job. Great job. We're now going to our last question, core question 4. The topic is housing and cost of living. All right. Oh, I heard the out there. Okay. All right. Here we go. The median property value in the district continues to rise. What federal actions would you support to increase affordable housing and help first-time home buyers? Again, what federal actions would you support to increase affordable housing and help first-time home buyers? We're going to start with Harry Jaron.
I like this one better. I heard a murmur go up in the room when this issue came up. Clearly, this is an issue. And on the surface, we have two diametrically opposed tensions. On the one hand, people who own their own homes, I own a home in this district, we don't want the value of our homes to go down. I certainly understand that. But on the other hand, I have a lot of friends who can't afford a house. The median age of a home buyer in the United States today is 59 years old. The median age of a first-time home buyer is 40. This is completely unsustainable. The solution to resolving these tensions is a federal transit-oriented development policy to encourage building new affordable housing around our existing transit infrastructure and new projects like Southern Maryland Rapid Transit. We need to make cute walkable towns again like we did before World War II. I don't hear anyone around here say, oh, I'm gonna take my girl out for a date in Clinton or Brandywine. We can do better.
Thank you, Mr. Harry. Okay, security up here. I like this. All right. We will now move forward with Mr. Arthur Ellis. You're up next. I love it.
Yeah, thank you for that one. Housing, community development. You know, we have great agencies in Maryland working on that. In Charles County, District 28 of my district, I got them millions of dollars for a place called Magnolia Gardens. It's a workforce housing. We can do it as a federal agency to put more money into HUD, the Housing and Urban Development Agency, and to send that money to Prince George and Charles County as what we call community block grants. We can do it. Congress, men and women who care can do it, and I care. Arthur Ellis will do that and make that happen.
Thank you so much, sir. Next is James Anderson. Anderson Mako, please.
Good evening. I mean, after everybody, I'm sorry, but I want to focus on, it's like Southern Maryland is the rapid growth. The infrastructure cannot support the rapid growth. Like I said, I'm from there. I remember a number of dirt roads, Brandywine, Aquasco, Akakeep. So I would focus on controlling the growth first, build up the infrastructure to make people want to actually come to these places, and once they don't want to stay, instead of going to Virginia and spending money or going somewhere else and spending money. Prince George County is the only place I know you have $1 million home and you can't even leave it. You got $500,000 worth of cars in your driveway. The roads are tore up. You don't want to shop there. You got to get up in the morning and plan your day. You got to get up 5 o'clock in the morning to go to the grocery store because about 8,000 people in there. So we have to slow down the growth because a lot of people from Southern own their own lands, right? So how you going to get the land? Maybe eminent domain, but take care of Southern Maryland.
Thank you. All right. Next is Walter Kirkland.
Man, this is a wake-up call. Come on now. This is United States of America. We're in the nation's capital. Do you know where we are? If we can spend $1 billion a day on a war, why can't we fix this problem? This is, right, thank you. This is a wake-up call. My utility bill was $1,000 last month. What was yours? $1,500? So this is a real issue. We got to expand affordable housing, and more than that, have some very specific programs. And really support first-time home buyers. You're right, Harry. A lot of young people are not buying homes now. We got to expand that program. We're the United States of America. We got to cut down these barriers, and this is essential. This is a call to action, and we have to have a wake-up call. We're the United States of America, and I think we forget where we are and what we're doing here. So I would call to get that done. It's a call of action. I'll be a rookie congressperson, but I'm gonna make a lot of noise and check the box. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. And our last one for this question is Mr. Rashawn Baker.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. How you doing? Actually, I want to piggyback on what Harry said and what Walter said. They're absolutely right. One of the things that we worked on during my administration as county executive is actually working with the Federal Department of Housing Development and the State Department of Housing Development and ours to actually make more affordable housing here. But we also did that in connection with the transit. If you look at where the purple line is going right now in Prince George's County, it's around those areas where you can actually develop. We can do the same in Southern Maryland. We built that Woodrow Wilson Bridge so it can sustain a metro going across it down the Southern Maryland area. So we not only make housing more affordable, but we also have development around those areas. That's what we need to do. The reason it hasn't been done of late is because of the federal government. It's because we haven't pushed for it. That's one of the things that, of the legacy that Steny Hoyer has, which is great, that is going to be left unfinished, and somebody has to do it, and that is having that metro go down 210 so we can relieve some of the traffic that we see there. Thank you.
So much, Mr. Bacon. All right, give them a hand. Core questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. Great job, everyone. Great job. Okay, so this is the question for Prince George's County. This is a priority question. And let's make sure, okay. Prince George's County is one of the most affluent, majority black counties in America. Yet it still faces gaps in federal investment and economic opportunity. How would you advocate for the county in Congress? So I'm gonna do this a little different. I'm just gonna go straight down. You got 1 minute, everyone has 1 minute. You ready? Go.
I'll definitely advocate by trying to get as many projects, as many opportunities, professional development, and investments and programs for our young people and for younger people who are just trying to figure out life. Because everyone realizes that college may not be the answer for them. But we used to have trade schools back in the day. They used to teach you how to be a mechanic, how to do HVAC, how to weld, how to do carpentry. You know, all these things in high school, they took those programs out, right? We need to get back to really teaching and enriching our community at the base level, and from there just continue to pile on and pour in. I'm sorry, what was the second part of the question?
The second, how would you advocate for the county in Congress?
Yes. And I would definitely just push forward and try to bring all the resources, try to make all the coalitions and the gaps and work. People cross the aisle, in the aisle, California representatives all across, whoever can come. Let's work together.
Thank
to make
you
this area
so
stronger.
very much. I greatly appreciate that answer. Next.
Thank you. When I first came to work for VA Central Office, I had lived in Baltimore, and then I moved to Arizona to be the chief of social work service at a VA there. And I was moving back, and there were so many people when I first came to VA Central Office in DC who said, oh, you want to live in Virginia? Oh, you want to live in Montgomery County? That's where you want to go. And so my husband and I, we looked around and we found Prince George's County. I live in Bowie, and we loved it. We loved it. And I think that there's a stigma sometimes about Prince George's County. And I think that those of us who live in Prince George's County, we understand what there is to love about it, but often the word doesn't get out beyond us. And so I think that in Congress, one of the things that I would want to do is to really support any legislation or any kind of funding for bringing incentives, getting the word out, letting people know what we have to offer in Prince George's County.
Thank you so very much. Next, Ms. Nicole.
Sure, thank you. For the last 2 years, I've served as chair of the Prince George's County House Delegation in Annapolis. And so as someone who has represented Prince George's County on the state level for the last 7 years, I will continue to advocate strongly on behalf of Prince George's County in the congressional level. This past legislative session, we were able to bring back over $450 million capital dollars back here to Prince George's County, which is $91 million more than we were able to bring back last legislative session. And that's because of my leadership as chair of the delegation in fighting tooth and nail with my colleagues from Montgomery County, Baltimore City, fighting for those dollars on a state level, and I will take that same fight to Congress on your behalf. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next.
Well, first off, Delegate Williams informs me there's some very nice wineries in Brandywine, so I have to get permission from my husband, but I'll let you take me out on a date anytime, okay? All right, I appreciate that. How would I advocate for Prince George's County in Congress? One thing I don't think we've done a good job of as Democrats, and this has been exemplified by our current leadership in Congress, is that we haven't adjusted to the new era of social media. And Prince George's County is full of federal workers doing very essential work, but I feel like a lot of that work is not really highlighted in the public sphere. And we've allowed Republicans to define a lot of the work that goes on here we've allowed them to demonize federal workers and give people an impression of federal workers as being a cost sink rather than the essential part of our workforce that they are. So that's how I would operate much more differently. It's not enough to go into a hearing and say, well, I'm going to push for this, I'm going to advocate for this. We need to be out in the public sphere.
Thank you so very much for that answer. Next.
Thank you. One of the things that I would do for Prince George's County, I will bring back federal resources, and I'll support small businesses to make sure they have access to capital, and also to make sure they have access to federal contracts as a small business owner myself. And I'll make sure every county has an equal share, and Prince George's County will have an equal share for federal resources and federal funding.
Thank you. Yes. Next. I'm sorry.
No problem. One of the things I loved about being county executive in Prince George's County is because we're the economic engine of the state. And that is, if you look at where growth is going to happen, it's in this region. But it won't happen without having federal partners. So you look at the things that happened during my 8 years as county executive, from MGM to the brand new hospital to the Purple Line to all the transit we did around Branch Avenue. Those were all in partnership at the federal level. So having somebody that understands how you actually make the tools of the federal government work combined with the local government to get these things done. That is the only way, but we're in a great position here because we have location. We're the only underdeveloped place around the nation's capital. So using that tool to actually come in here and make sure development happens, that will not only benefit Prince George's County, but it will also benefit the rest of District 5. You think of Southern Maryland, you think of Charles County, St. Mary's County, Calvert County, all of those areas are now in the Washington District. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Hold on here, Mr. Harry Dunn. Not yet. I know, but I'm going to start on that end and work our way up. How about that? All right, James, you're up next.
You know, in my experience in Prince George County, 20 years as a firefighter and going to all the different neighborhoods, we started to get a sense of it's designed that way. That's why you got all these data centers in Prince George County. I would assume one's coming to Clinton. But this is the wealthiest black community here in Charles County. And it's the only place you can have, like I said, $1 million home, $500,000 for cars, but you have no amenities. You can't send your kids to school. You got to spend extra money, additional money for private schools. And a lot of people, when they want to move to Prince George County, they think about, wait a minute, how I'm going to pay for my school, for my kids' school education, that's an extra cost, right? Property taxes, resources in Prince George's County, and we have to bring that perception back that Prince George's County is something special. Here, Charles County, like I said, these are the two wealthiest communities in this district right now. And bringing that sense of pride, respect to bring new people, especially the young people, back to this area. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
I'm sorry, I gotta make you say it again.
You're fine. No, that's what I'm here for. They paid me a lot of money to do
Oh, good,
this.
because we ain't getting
Let me tell
paid.
you, I'm not getting paid a dime. It was a joke. Okay. All right. So how would you advocate for the county and Congress? As we share, this is Prince George's County is one of the most affluent majority black counties in America, yet it still faces gaps in federal investment and economic opportunity. So
I just
what
want
would you
to
do?
point that Charles County took that top honor, and we love that. Sorry. So, federal funding formulas are meant for rural white areas. They need to be rewritten so that they help in areas like Charles County and Prince George's County. And it needs to be formulas with granular poverty measures instead of what it was meant for, because we are the best. Second best here, but second is great, okay?
Thank you so very much.
Right. I was gonna say, we hope you make it out.
I think the security's still at the door. They're still at the door. All right. You ready? You're next?
Well, we need a break after that.
Okay.
service right there. Excuse me.
He's just as proud as I am. It's home. Here, I'll just.
That's stuck right here. Thank you. Okay, that was a good break. Thank you so much. As an 8-year Maryland senator representing Charles County, I've done a lot for Charles County and for Prince George's County and the entire state of Maryland. Go to my website, Arthur Ellis for Congress, Arthur Ellis for Congress, and you'll see all the things that I've done in my 8 years in the Senate of Maryland. But as a quick summary, I'll just mention that This year, for the entire year, I am the 2025 Maryland Senator of the Year, chosen by my colleagues, given that honor because of all the stuff I've worked with my colleagues, with the governor, Westmore, to get things done. Stuff like support for veterans, lowering their cost of housing, building the first Boys and Girls Club in Charles County, and I'll do that for Prince George's County. I've brought millions of dollars in scholarships to my constituents. Building Southern Maryland Transit, build the metro to National Harbor, improve maternal health. All those things I've worked on, all those things I've done for Charles County, and I'm guaranteed I'll do it for Prince George's County.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Hey, look, I used to live in New York 30 years ago. I traveled around the country. When I come to Prince George's County, I got so many accolades. Man, do you know that's the wealthiest county in the country? Prince George's County should be the national model for black wealth. Wouldn't you agree? Innovation, don't you agree? Education, don't you agree? Innovation, don't you agree? That's why I'm partnering with Van Jones from CNN to bring AI into the county for our youth, workforce development. We used to have wood shop when I was young. Some of y'all remember it. Rashawn, maybe you remember it, I don't know, well, we're both seniors, but I didn't mean it like that. But you need somebody who's gonna fight. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. We're going to fight in Congress to help local governments, nonprofits. I formed the nonprofits 100 Black Men with federal grants. Federal grants is how you get money. You got to expand that funding for nonprofits. Make sure minority-owned businesses get their visibility for procurement opportunities. But this AI thing does not go away. So make sure you focus on that. We'll have some listening tours, get our kids involved, and make a difference here in Prince George's County.
Thank you so very much.
Keep hope alive.
Thank you so very much. Have a seat, please. Have a seat. Walla, continue. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I just want to say, much like everyone said, Prince George's County is a special place for me. I chose Prince George's County because of the promise. And I just want to tell you why one of the many things that we can do that the federal funding with partnership would change Prince George's County. Number one, FBI. We need to make sure that we have it in Prince George's County. It is a game changer in bringing a major federal agency into this county. Number two, look at all the development projects we have. And I want people to remember, I know people are frustrated, but many of it has to do with funding. Blue Line Corridor, right here, this will be the downtown of Blue Line Corridor. We need federal partnerships for that. We need federal partnerships for what's happening in New Carrollton. Exciting things happening in New Carrollton. We need partnership with what's happening. He's talking about AI, but we already have the Discovery District, remember that, and the investment in College Park to expand the Discovery District. Then we got the exciting Six Flags, where we just announced partnership with Kevin Durant and his team and building it there.
Thank you so much, Walla. Harry Dunn is next. You can now stand up. Yes, I'm going to move to the side. Great answer.
Wow, there's been some great answers, and like it was mentioned earlier, one thing that Steny Hoyer did very well was bring home the bacon. So the funding was here. We have to understand, though, Congress has two main jobs that people focus on. It's oversight, and they control the purse, right? But securing federal dollars, not just for the district, but prioritizing projects that the community actually needs, wants, and will benefit from. Not prioritizing projects that special interest groups and companies will benefit from, whether it be data centers, AI hubs, private equity hedge funds that buy up those houses that are being built with federal dollars. Those are the people that are actually benefiting. We need to prioritize the projects that we actually bring the money to this district on. We need to prioritize those projects and not ones that will benefit companies and corporations over the people.
Thank you. I did hear a little buzzer a few seconds ago, but that was not our timekeeper. So in case anyone asks questions, I'm looking at our timekeeper here. Okay. I think you all did a great job on the Prince George's County questions. All right. This is now the lightning round. Does anyone need to take a break? Need a water break? Let's roll. You go? All right. Let's go. That would be Walter, yes. All right. So we have 4 questions, and we will just go, let's see. What order do we want to go in? So we've changed the names here. Okay. We're going to start on this end this time. Everyone will answer these questions. It is only 30 seconds. 30 seconds, so we're moving quickly. You ready? All right. First question is, what is the biggest challenge facing Maryland's 5th district today? Starting with you. We're going to go this way. Okay, who's the moderator
That's
here?
fine. No.
Me.
Let's go. That's right. I think, just being a citizen is affordability. And what do we track? What do we attribute to? The rising costs, the things that are unaffordable, we attribute it to this administration. Projects that actually need to be funded, programs that need to be funded, they're under attack. And what's being funded more? ICE, CBP. So affordability, I think, is one of the biggest things that we are facing right now as a challenge in this country. People talked about their $1,500 and $1,000 utility bills. We need to get that under wraps.
Good job. All right, let's continue.
Two issues. Number one, our federal workforce. There's been massive layoff. We're talking about nearly a loss of jobs of over 20,000. And federal contractors, let's remember the 8A contractors here, the ones that DBE, a lot of people have lost opportunity. Number two, data centers. We have to address it. We have to pause it. We have to look at the infrastructure, bringing it in, and make sure that the infrastructure is addressed. So I just want to make it sure that you say there will be no data center approved in Clinton. So don't get that. Just don't put that out there.
All right, thank you so very much, Walla. Next, Walter.
Yes. Steny did a good job, but there's a lot of places that he didn't touch. So there's a lot of issues that I think we're unaware of what's happening in District 5, and that's why you need to vote a person like me, a new vision, different perspective, and also work on some of this issue as it relates to cost of living, too. I think that's a apparent issue, but there's so many things in District 5. When you've been there for 44 years, you're not touching the people. And that's why you need somebody that's new, fresh, with a perspective, business savvy to make a difference in District 5. We don't know, we don't know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next.
Yeah. Arthur Ellis, 8-year state senator. I'm telling you from experience, the biggest issue is your elected officials not listening to you. We get in office, you elect us, and things don't happen because they're paying attention to special interest groups. They're paying attention to the bosses in Annapolis and the bosses, the presiding officers in D.C., and things don't change. Well, I'm not one of those guys. I listen to you, and I take a stand to support my constituents.
Thank you very much. Next.
I'm gonna, excuse me, I'm gonna say something quite different. I think that the biggest concern right now is our proximity to DC, and that we do have two of the wealthiest black counties in the entire country, and the people who are running our country right now, and what history tells us happens in those situations. I think we need to be really, really careful about that and keep that in the front of our minds all the time. We've seen it through history.
Thank you very much. James?
Infrastructure,
Oh, wait a minute, James, I'm sorry.
I'm blind, so I gotta look it right straight at you. Infrastructure and utility costs is one of the highest priority. Did anyone know that BG&E and Pepco are owned by Exelon, which is a publicly traded company worth $48 billion as of last Friday? That's the main reason why your utilities bill. They're paying people to stay on the board, to funnel all the money to stay on these boards. And that's a fact, that's being honest. So that's it. All right.
Thank you very much, James. Okay, we'll start on this side with Jerry.
I think the big issue is economics under the roof, under your roof, right? Kitchen table costs, the price of gas, the price of groceries, the price of your property taxes, like all these different costs that you have to worry about as a family, education, childcare, right? Where you have to decide, are you gonna go back to work or whether or not you're gonna pay for childcare? Like all of these costs, these are things that affect you every day. And this is why I wanna make sure that I'm able to have quarterly sessions to where I can meet with everyone to figure out what is exactly your issues and how we can solve them together.
Thank you so much, Jerry. Next.
So I think one of the big things that I've been hearing across this district, but also in Prince George's County, is access to affordable health care and prescriptions, affordable health care for seniors, for women. People are afraid that as time goes on, we're losing so much. And working at the VA, I know that our federal government can actually have a working healthcare program. We can do that,
Thank
and
you
we
so
have
much,
the
Ms.
ability.
Heather.
Thank you.
Good answer. Ms. Nicole?
Sure. So you already heard about concerns around affordability, accessibility, all of those things are extremely important. And you need someone who in Congress will actually be able to get things done to help on those issues. The difference between promises and actual results is experience. And that is what I bring to the table, is experience that I have had over the last 7 years in Annapolis, getting things done and making changes in those areas. And that's what I will continue to do as your Congresswoman.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Nicole. Mr. Harry.
Couple of good answers so far. Attacks on federal workers, health care. I've been going around this district campaigning for a few months. The one thing that everyone tells me is a huge challenge for everyone in this district, from here all the way down to Point Lookout, is the traffic. The traffic is out of control. And that comes back to our patterns of development. Out of the worst commute times in the country, Charles County is #1 and Calvert County is #4. This is a huge problem. We need better federal coordination how we build out our communities.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harry. Ms. Quincy.
The two issues affecting Maryland's 5th Congressional District is raising costs and affordable health care. As a healthcare CEO, I have run a successful business as a healthcare CEO. We need someone who understands exactly how to meet that gap in the cost of healthcare, and us to understand exactly what our seniors need and what we need in our daily lives, our lives. So, yes, the cost of healthcare is expensive, and also the rising cost of living.
All right, thank you very much. Last but not least, Mr. Baker.
Thank you. Actually, Arthur had it right. It's leadership. It's leadership to tackle the things that we're facing right now, which is the rising cost of living, especially around healthcare. I know there's something that Walter and I worry about, and that's Social Security and Medicare. If you think, there you go. I mean, that's a real issue. People who are on fixed incomes, who are retired, who have their children living with them, all of these things come together. So it's the leadership that can go to Congress and fix that problem. I can do that. Thank you.
Very good. All right. Question 1. You did a great job, everyone. Question 2. Let's go. This is lightning. What is one federal policy you would change immediately? Go. I'm going to go on this one. It's lightning. Let's go.
Voting Rights Act. Let's vote for the John Lewis Act that's in there now, because that determines who we send to Congress. It determines who we send to the state legislature. It is the first thing that I will work on as your congressperson.
Excellent, excellent. Mr. Harry Dunn next. Oh, hold on. Make sure you get some water. Sip.
Imagine picking one. That's a great one to start with, but there's so many things that we need to fix from this administration. I think this next administration, this next Congress is going to have so much their work cut out fixing this mess that this administration has caused. But one of the things I think we need to do, and speaking as a former police officer, we have to abolish ICE. We have to defund ICE. They are terrorizing our communities. Not only that, but they are stealing money from actual programs. They are funded beyond 2029, and we need to make sure that we abolish them and redirect their funding.
Thank you very much. Quincy?
As a business owner, we need to bring back more jobs. We need to bring back more money in our county, period. We need to have more jobs. We need to have more funding so our lives can be better. We are facing a lot of rising costs. So I believe that we need to be able to focus in bringing funding in District Maryland's 5th Congressional District.
Thank you. Very well. Ms. Waller? Hold on, Waller. Let's get the time. Okay.
All right. It's time for universal health care. Healthcare is one of the #1 issues facing our community. And you all know I've been very unapologetic. It's time for Medicare for all. We have, as you all said, Medicare, you all thinking about it, the Medicare that we have today doesn't work. Many people can't get, most of you all can't even go and get providers that would take both Medicare or Medicaid. And then now the whole shutdown, what was the biggest issue? Health care. So it's time for universal health care to phase it in,
Thank you, Waller.
it will make a difference in our lives.
Thank you so very much. Harry?
Hard to pick just one. Our immigration policy needs to be resolved. This has been going on for decades now. A good friend of mine at my firehouse is a DACA recipient. He supports his brother who's disabled. He went to the same university that I did. He doesn't want to go anywhere, but his parents brought him here when he was 2 years old. We need to end this issue in our society, which gives an opening for the Republicans and ICE. This is out of control. We need a comprehensive immigration reform.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harry. Walter? What is going on this side with this mic?
We got the right one.
Okay, we're good?
Oh my God. Hey, I would say I agree with Sharon. I think we're going back to the Jim Crow laws. I don't know if you guys feel about it, but this is very serious about the voting piece. We need to focus on that right away because that gerrymander is going to change the scope of our next generation. But I got to add one more. We can't use federal workers as punching bags. One lady came to me because she thought I was in office already she got, I guess, put out a job or got out a job, and she couldn't get paid for 6 months. She couldn't keep her lights on, pay her bills. There has to be a better process for federal workers as they get out of the office.
Thank you so
Not
much,
use
Walter.
them as punching bags.
All right, Ms. Nicole? Thank you.
I think one of the things, can you hear me? Okay. I think one of the things that we need to fix is actually campaign finance reform. If we can get the money out of politics and we can get elected good people to do all of these wonderful things, universal health care, fixing the Voting Rights Act, fixing our broken immigration system, doing all the things, protecting our federal workers, but we need an even playing field when it comes to our election system, number one, and that's the first thing I would work on.
All right, thank you so very much. Mr. Arthur?
Yeah, thank you so much. Have you noticed how the Republicans can get things done? We don't like it, but they get it done. Have you noticed that? Well, we need to have Democrats stand up strong. Chuck Schumer and all those senators, if they did not fold, we would not have that big, ugly bill passed. You know that? Okay, we need Democrats to stand up to show strong leadership. When we do that, we will see great results, voting rights, and all these results that we need for us, regular working men and women.
Thank you, Mr. Arthur. Ms. Heather?
You ready for me? Okay. Many good points. There's something that I don't want to forget, and that is the union rights of our working families. So the PAWA Act is something that we went down to Capitol Hill to demand that the Senate bring that up for a vote. That is something that protects the unions, not just for federal workers, which is so important, but also unions for across the nation. So PAWA Act is something that I would strongly support.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Leah?
You want to go for me? So I would abolish ICE first, and then from there I would take their money and put it towards the universal health care, stuff like that, where it was taken from originally. Also, I just want to take a second to say that May 11th, they're going to start their hearings on the Senate side to give ICE $70 billion more. I'll be sitting in those hearings. If anyone wants to come with me, just as Leah, the person, not the candidate, please come. The more bodies that are in there watching, the better. Like, we need to be there even when they're taking everything away from us.
Thank you very much. Mr. Jerry?
Yes, I believe one policy that I would change right out the back that would help strengthen this area because it affects millions of people, especially to this area, is to end the assault on civil servants and restore merit-based protection for federal workers. That would strengthen this area, that will bring back about 80,000 jobs and give people a sense of pride so they can be able to go forward in their community. Also, with my candidate said over here, like ending the campaign fundraising for fundraising, because it's incumbent upon you to run for office, but why if they're just going to gatekeep it and put elitists in?
Thank you so much, Jerry. Mr. James?
My number one priority is special needs. My son has autism level 3 and increased funding for children, parents with special needs. Like I said, I was a firefighter for 20 years and also wear long, short sleeves because my son would be combative. I have scratch marks, bites, and stuff like that. And I would try to conceal it from my coworkers. And I'm not going to let nobody with special needs worry about losing money and funding and things like that. That's what I stand for. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. Question 2. Great job. Great job. All right, we're moving to the last question for the lightning round. Ready? All right. What committee assignment would you seek and why? What committee assignment would you seek and why? James, starting with you.
Appropriations Committee. I'm bringing as much resources to Southern Maryland as I possibly can. Like I said, we've been since the 1600s, descendant of slaves, it's time to bring every resource possible back to Southern Maryland. That's what I'm about, Southern Maryland first. I know Murray had a lot of issues, but he took care of his people. I don't care what nobody said. He took care of his people.
All right, excellent. Jerry? Wait a minute, Jerry, 1 second. You had time. You want to reclaim your time?
I would be on foreign affairs. Like I said, 22 years, combat vet. I've been in Afghanistan, I've been in Kuwait, I've been in Kyrgyzstan, I've been all around the world, North Africa, Italy, Spain, everywhere, right? And I realized that we don't need to be in fights if America sometimes just mind their business and trying to push ideas and ideals on countries that we don't even do back here, right? So I would definitely want to do that so I can keep us out of unnecessary war and turn all that money that we send out the country inward so we could fund these programs.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jerry. Leah? Miss Leah?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oversight. I think I have the personality for it. I'm a little bit of a bully, and I can ask the questions, and I don't care how people feel about it. I think I'd fit great there.
All right. Excellent, excellent. All righty. Miss Heather?
I have worked in VA Central Office. I worked with members and staffers from the House Veterans Affairs Committee and Senate Veterans Affairs Committee. These committees have so much power, and they really do establish policy. And this, I would want to work with the House Veterans Affairs Committee. Our veterans, their benefits and their the services that are provided to them are of utmost importance to me.
Very good. Thank you so very much. Mr. Arthur?
Yes, thank you so much. Arthur Ellis here. As a veteran, after my military service, I became a CPA, and I understand the numbers. That's why I was able to bring so much money back to my district, Charles County. Got a lot of projects done. So I'll definitely love to work on the Appropriations Committee to bring a lot of money into Prince George's County and Charles County and St. Mary's and Calvert and Arundel County.
Thank you very much. Miss Nicole?
Yes, so
Oh, hold on, Miss Nicole. 1 second, please.
Okay, so when elected, I will be a freshman member of Congress. So I sincerely doubt that Hakeem Jeffries is going to put me on appropriations or Ways and Means. That's how the system kind of works. But for me, I would like to be on the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. We do not have anyone in our Maryland delegation that sits on that committee. It's a key committee to get done. A lot of the things that we have just talked about, we want to get done in terms of our roads, transportation, and infrastructure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nicole. Walter? Mr. Walter?
Yeah, to Nicole's point, you're really not going to be able to select the one you want. But for me, it would be transportation, infrastructure, and oversight. Because these committees, they connect me directly to the district and federal workers. Defense installations and traffic, congestion, economic development, and for accountability. So I think those are the committees I'd want to work with moving forward. And again, you have to learn your stripes, so to speak. I'll have to get a good mentor. I do know some people in Congress across the country that could mentor me, and then I would move into those respective entities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Walter. Mr. Harry?
Transportation and infrastructure for me as well. This is my big passion. We need to change the way we build our communities. We need to change the way we fund public transit in this country. It used to be people from China or Europe would visit the United States and they would be jealous of everything that we had and everything that we've built. And now it's the other way around. You go to countries that used to be socioeconomically challenged. They're the ones building the new subways. They're the ones building all this new infrastructure. We need to change that. I don't want to see the last few wineries in southern PG County get built for housing developments.
Thank you, Mr. Harry. Miss Waller?
And I do think ideally all of us would want to be on appropriations because you really do get to work on bringing the bacon home. But I will say under appropriation, you can also work on both Medicare and Medicaid because those are the committees that discuss it. However, I do want to highlight that I did work on the Education and Labor Committee, and that's also a really important committee when it comes to Prince George's County. When we talk about federal funding, a lot of our federal funding comes straight from the federal government, and that committee talks about that. In addition, when we talk about...
Thank you so much,
all right,
Ms.
thank you.
Ms. Quincy?
Thank you. I would want to be on the Armed Service Committee and also the House and Energy Commerce Committee and the Transportation and Infrastructure. I believe those will directly impact our district.
Excellent, excellent. Mr. Harry? Yes, you may now speak, sir.
Oversight. I think oversight is the reason why I'm in this race now. There's been a lack of accountability for what happened to me and all of you all. Not only did the people responsible for January 6th get pardoned and forgiven, they're also been appointed to positions in this government, serving in this government. There's been no accountability. We have crooks, we have criminals running the country and running the cabinets of a lot of things that we're talking about, complaining about. The criminals and crooks are running them. So accountability on the Oversight Committee.
Very good, very good. All right, Mr. Harry, last but not least, Mr. Richard.
Like my colleague has said, Nicole, since we both served on appropriation, I served on appropriation when I was in the House of Delegates. We're not getting appropriations. But there is a committee that I think could do a lot of the things I want to do in Congress, and that is the Veteran Affairs. You not only deal with the issues that are in the 5th Congressional District, but you can deal with health care, you can deal with economic development, you can deal with transportation from that very committee there. So that's the one I would pick. I think it fits my skill and judgment to go on that committee and get stuff done for us. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's give everyone a hand. The lightning questions, they did really well with 30 seconds. Great job. So now we're almost ready to close another 2 sections, audience questions. So I think it's so important that we hear from you. A lot of the questions were generated from the various groups. Some questions did come in advance. So we're going to hopefully take 3 questions, possibly 4, depending on time. I saw gentlemen that, okay, we're going to do things decency and in order. Put you, slow down. The gentleman all the way in the back, if he can stand up first. The gentleman, yes, you were the first hand up. There was someone back here. Well, so let me tell you who's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 1, 2 in the blue shirt. So stand up, please, sir. Thank you. The lady in the red, right here. And then the gentleman right here. Yes. Okay, go ahead and stand up so they know where they're going next. All right. So we have the question.
The question right now?
No, hold on. I'm trying to look at my time. Do I have enough time that each person can answer each question? I don't think so. And well, okay, look at these leaders here. I love it. Yes, so we're going to do it a little different. So if you have someone in mind that you want to ask that question, we'll do it that way. Because I'm looking at my time.
Okay, I don't have any particular person in mind, but I did want to ask a question that hasn't not been addressed at all, and that is Social Security. 70 million people get Social Security benefits right now. According to the latest estimates, Social Security has 6 years before their 20% cuts. Most people have been working 45, 50 years to pay into Social Security, and so it's not fair for the benefits to be cut, and it's not fair for the young people to have their taxes tripled to pay for Social Security. So I want to ask anyone who has a plan, what is your plan to fix Social Security?
Okay, so let's do this. I'll take 3 of our candidates if you want to answer. We have Walla, Arthur, and who raised their hand first? James. Okay, Walla. You know what? I'm sorry. Yes, I apologize. I did not look on this side of the table, so I do apologize. I'll do 2 and 2. Is that okay? Yeah. All right. So Walla and Arthur, and I'll do the 2 here, Quincy and Harry. Let's do 30 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you. No, that's a great question. And I would just say this. I am committed to not only maintaining Social Security, we need to expand it. Expand the age that those can have it, lower the age. In addition, increase the benefits so that each one will get more. And they say, how do we pay for it? If we could pay $1 billion a day for a war, we can pay for Social Security. So we are going to make an investment in us and putting us first. And that's important. And I would just say this. I also said it yesterday, and I'll say it today. It's time for us to tax the rich. Putting a wealth tax there for the billionaires will pay for Social Security.
Thank you so much, Ms. Waller. Arthur, Mr. Arthur.
Yeah, and so the rich pay very little in taxes. One thing a lot of rich billionaires do, They don't take a salary. They take loans from their companies, and they have no salary. So we will tax their total net worth and use that money to pay for Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid.
Thank you so very much. Ms. Quincy.
Thank you for that question. I'm a healthcare CEO. Every single day I'm advocating for seniors. I see them lose their homes. I see them lose.
Okay, Ms. Quincy, I'm sorry. Pause for one moment so she can time you appropriately. I do apologize.
Okay. All right. So I will make sure and I'll stand and fight and protect no cuts for Social Security. And actually, I want us to increase our Social Security for our seniors, because you find seniors they are facing high costs of living, but they cannot even afford to pay for it. So I understand you, because this is what I do every single day. So I'll make sure there is no cuts for Social Security. I'll make sure I protect and long-term Social Security for our seniors.
All right. Thank you so very much. Mr. Harry?
First off, thank you for the question. I'm 36 years old. I think there's a feeling among young people my age and younger that we're never going to see those Social Security benefits, because the system feels so unsustainable. And frankly, it is. Very simple legislative fix. Right now, you only pay Social Security tax up to $184,500 of your income. Millionaires and billionaires should be paying tax on all of their income. They should be paying into the system, so their effective tax rate is not lower than a nurse or a firefighter. That's how we make the system sustainable.
Thank you, Mr. Harry. Thank you so very much. The gentleman in the blue, your question, please. And is it addressed to anyone in particular, or anyone can answer?
You can pick.
Okay.
Is this on? Yeah. Okay, you can pick. I'll leave it up to
Alrighty.
you. What is a policy position that you hold that might be unpopular to our Democratic Party, but you believe it is necessary for District 5?
Oh, good question. So, one on this side is James. Anyone else? Harry? Anybody on this side? Jerry and Heather. All right, let's start with you. Yes. Let's hold on. Time. You ready?
Okay. Are you ready? Stop using people for votes. Give people something for their votes. The young people at the universities, they're tired of people just promising absolutely the world and never delivering on nothing. Just give people something for their votes and stop playing games, to be honest with you.
All right. Next, Harry. Hold on, Harry.
Earlier this week, progressive senators put out a letter calling for special interest groups and campaign finance reform. So people in the Democratic Party, specifically in safe blue seats, will stop accepting special interest funding and special interest money. I think that we need to get back to grassroots donations and actually have the votes, the people that we send to Congress, come from the people and not the people who pay to put them there.
Thank you very much. Two questions regarding the policy position. Heather?
So I think that term limits need to be imposed for Congress, for Senate, and the Supreme Court. We need term limits. It's killing us. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you so very much. And Jerry, hold on one moment. Okay, she's ready.
I guess something that wouldn't be really, accepted is we always try to hear, how can we fund this? How can we pay this? How can we find money for these issues, right? What I propose is for 1 year, unless it's emergency disaster relief or something where we really have to step in, we cut off all the funding we are sending out to these countries all across the world, these billions upon billions of dollars, and turn that money inward to all of our programs and watch how we can flourish and thrive as a country.
Thank you so very much. All right. I think it was the young lady in the red. And is this question for anyone? Can we do the same format?
Well, my question is simple, so if I can just get a yes or no from each candidate going by real quickly.
Okay. You will go. You want to come up here and stand with me, the moderator? All right.
My question is, how can you all have a relationship with the people that are voting for you all once you're in office? Will you be able to not just have one of your legislative people say, here, take my business card, but will you be able to provide us a contact number where we can reach you or your executive assistant? And I'd like to know, personally, we want to reach one of you. Will you provide that information? And this is on the record.
All right.
From
Well,
each
thank
of you.
you. All right. Well, we're gonna go right in. We're gonna go right in order. It's just a yes or no. Go, James. No, yes or no.
Hell yes.
Thank you, Leah.
My cell is
Yeah,
301-861-6631.
Hello, hello. Follow directions. Yes or no?
Yes, here it is.
Okay, got it. Walter.
Categorically, yes, ma'am.
All right, Waller.
Yes, and you got my number.
Okay, Harry.
Absolutely.
All right, Mr.
Yes.
Baker.
Yes.
Miss Quincy.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Harry.
Yes, and I love
Okay,
your
Miss
vest.
Nicole.
I love your vest.
Miss Nicole.
Yes, and my constituents already have my
All
number.
right,
so
and
you
next, Miss Heather.
As a social worker who loves people,
Okay,
yes.
yes or no? And Mr. Jerry.
Yes.
All right, this is a tough group here. My goodness. Okay. All right. The last question from the floor. Young man. Okay. Your question, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So far throughout this forum, we have focused on a lot of domestic issues. However, mine is concerning foreign relations, as you know, the House and Senate are supposed to provide oversight, especially in the Senate and in the House as well, with foreign affairs and foreign relations. So my question is concerning, you know, these endless wars. Which do you stand on Israel? Because ever since this country has come on this planet, they have done nothing but oppress the Palestinians, just as we had white South Africans doing that to the, not African Americans, but to the Africans there. So when these bills come up for bombs or money, do you plan on voting yes? Because, you know, I don't want my tax dollars going there. It's enough going on. And you have to realize that if you vote for this...
Sir, let me ask you the question. What is the actual question?
Okay. Do you agree with the trope that Israel has the right to defend itself at, you know, everyone's expense?
Okay.
Will you continue funding them?
So really it's just yes or no? Okay. All right. Jerry? Yeah, okay, hold on, candidate. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Is that the question? Does Israel have the right to defend himself? Say that one more time.
Will they continue to fund money and bombs?
Oh, okay. Money and bombs. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Jerry?
Just real quick, so would we support Israel defending themselves at the expense of everyone else? Yes. And my answer is no.
Very good. Ms. Heather?
If I understood the question correctly, the answer is no.
Okay, Ms. Nicole?
The answer is no.
Mr. Harry?
No, and this is a
Miss
dead issue.
Quincy?
Israeli government.
Mr. Harry? Ms. Quincy,
Their
go
answer
right
is
ahead.
no.
Mr. Baker?
No.
Mr. Harry?
No.
Ms. Waller?
No.
Mr. Walter?
Fight our own countries, no.
Mr. Arthur?
Consensus.
Ms. Leah?
No.
Mr. James?
No, follow the money.
Okay, there we go. We have answered all the questions from the floor. Let's give yourselves a clap here. All right, we're at the last section of this candidate forum. I'm very excited. You all have done a great job. This is now where you can bring it home. This is your closing statements. We have 1 minute. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready on this side to my left? Are you ready? Okay, closing statements. We're going to start with Mr. Harry first.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you to all the candidates for being here. Look, I spent 15 years as a Capitol Police officer. I watched people, candidates, new electeds, walk up those Capitol steps with the purest of intentions. They had the right thought of making a difference, making a change going in there. But something over time, something changed. They started caring about themselves, special interests, and forgetting about the people that brought them there. I will never stop fighting for the people. I'm not a politician. I'm a public servant. I know how to serve the people. And I believe this moment right now is not time for politics as usual. With respect to everybody's experience and record, we have never seen anything that we are facing right now. And we need somebody that's ready to approach it and fight it, who understands the gravity and the severity about what's at stake right now. Because they're not playing by the rules. They're not playing by laws. They are breaking them. They're writing new ones. Alabama and Louisiana just suspended their elections. You think they care about laws and rules? We need people that are going to fight fire with fire, and I'm that person. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Harry Dunn. Next, Ms. Wallop-Legay.
Thank you all for today. I'm just letting you know you need a fighter. I've been a fighter on the council. I stopped development that didn't make sense. I paused a data center that didn't make sense. I've been bold on issues in our county, and you need a bold leader in Congress. I've been fighting for progressive issues from Medicare for all to ending Citizens United to making sure that our voices are heard. We are under attack. As stated, we are not in usual times, and you need a leader that understands your issues and is still willing to fight for you. I've not been on the popular side on many issues, as many people know, but I've done it because you asked for it and because you needed someone who cared about what was important to you, and I've been that person. And when I go to Congress, I know your issues, and I'm going to fight for you to make sure that you have a voice. I've been your voice as a lawyer. I've been your voice as a council member, and I will be your voice as your next Congresswoman. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Waller. Mr. Walter.
Look, it's a call to action. Do you understand? This is a new day. You need a new person with a different perspective. Do you understand that? My life has taught me that leadership, it's not about a title, it's about responsibility. I've worked in business, I've built relationships, I've mentored young people. I helped create the institution like the 100 Black Men of Prince George's County. Really an emotional time for me. Over 300 youth we mentor every single month. I've also learned how to do and work with communities because someone needs promises. I've worked with people, I've organized, I've invested, I've been a mentor, I've delivered in business. I've sold a lot of business deals in corporate America. These experiences have served. I will do the same thing in Congress. And I won't forget you. Ma'am, I will call you. I'm the kind of guy who will be there on the weekend cutting your grass saying, how you doing? I'm a different dude. I'm not what most people think. I'm just saying, I'm more involved with you than you think. You need a person like me. Boy, look at all that emotion. That's going to really be involved with you faith-wise, service-wise, and accountable. I am the man for the job.
Mr. Walter.
Vote for Walter Kirkland for Congress.
Thank you, Mr. Walter.
Thank you so much.
Arthur, you're next. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for your great leadership and hosting skills. Please Google Arthur Ellis, Maryland Senator Arthur Ellis. You know, I'm not talk, I'm action. The Senate President of Maryland, decided not to redistrict, and I walked off the Senate floor. Google, look at my loud voice speaking up for you, okay? I will be there for you. I was there for you in the past. I'll continue to be there for you in the future. I have that experience of speaking up, never being quiet, because no one in Congress or in Annapolis is my voice, my boss. You, the voters, are my boss, and I will always be answerable to you. So please look me up, Google me, Senator Arthur Ellis, run for Congress, and one day I pray soon I'll be your congressperson, and I ask you for your vote.
Thank you so very much. Ms. Leah.
Real quick, I just want to let you know that I got the top score on the candidate DSA questionnaire, so Free Palestine. All right. I have a clear record of showing up. I don't need an establishment's blessing or PAC money to say that I have, to pretend that I have. After 45 years, you finally have the option to vote for a candidate that you deserve. Someone who knows what's coming because I've been here holding the floodgates closed. Not someone who's going to show up afterwards in a suit for a picture. Congress as is isn't going to save us, but it can. I'm Leah Messick, and I'm going to make it.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Leah. Mr. James.
Like, I'm someone from Southern Maryland, right? I understand history of slavery, what tobacco is. Dr. Samuel Mudd used to own some of my family at one point, so I understand that part of the history here. But I want to include Southern Maryland. So the first thing I decided to do was, if you send me a picture of you, your family, to jamesmickle@verizon.net, I promise to put those pictures in the House office. It'll stay there as long as I hold the seat. If I have a child with special needs, autism, submit their artwork. It's going on the wall. It's not about me. It's about Southern Maryland. I could give a damn about the money. Most of my money's going to go to autism anyway. So I'm not about the money. I'm just about the people. I don't care about that stuff. So thank you.
Thank you so much, James. Mr. Jerry?
There's been a lot of talk about being a fighter, and I can honestly say that if I can stare a suicide bomber in the face or go toe-to-toe with ISIS, I wouldn't fear anyone from behind a podium, right? So while a lot of people can talk about fighting, I can talk about it because I've done it, and I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do it over and over again. I'm willing to put my life on the line. I'm not from here, but it doesn't matter how long you've been somewhere. It's what you're willing to sacrifice when you get there. And I'm willing to lay it all on the line for you because why? I'm just like you. I'm an everyday person. I'm not coming from politics. I have no elected seat, right? I have 4 beautiful children here and a wife, and every day I look at them, I wonder what kind of future they're gonna have. I have not walked in your shoes, but I guarantee you my shoes have seen similar paths. So you need someone who understands your struggle. You need someone who understands your pain. You need someone who has to make the same decisions, right? And as a service-disabled combat vet, to know that we see one another as vets. And with your support, we can make Maryland proud together. Thank you. I'm Jerry
Thank you
Light.
so much, Jerry. Miss Heather.
Thank you. This has been such an engaging event today, and thank you all for participating as well. I'm a social worker. My father was a social worker for the VA until he retired. My mother is a social worker with women and families. My husband is a civil rights attorney. I'm born and bred and steeped in community service and in serving the public. When I go to Congress, it will not be so that I can have another step on a career ladder, but it will be so that I can have another level of advocacy for the people of District 5. I believe that it is important for us to have somebody in Congress who cares about people, all people who have a voice, not just, any particular social status, but everyone throughout this entire district needs to have a voice, and they need to have a representative who will stand up for you, and that is me. So I do ask that you vote for me. You can find me at heatherlooper.com. Thank you.
Great job. Thank you, Miss Heather. Miss Nicole?
Sure. One, just thank you so much for having us this afternoon. It has been a real pleasure to really talk about the values that we all hold near and dear to our hearts as Democrats. For the last 7 years, I've been a partner in the community with the work, and that's really just what I want to continue to do on the federal level, is to be your partner on Capitol Hill, fighting for our values and holding true to the things that we care about. And that's what I've done over the last 7 years in the House of Delegates. When I was little, I remember I came home from school crying one day because I got beat up by a bully. And my grandfather, who raised me, pulled me to the side and taught me how to fight back. And so I learned at a very young age how to fight a bully and how to stand up to this bully that we have in the White House named Donald Trump. And that's what I'm going to continue to do every single day on your behalf as your next Congresswoman. So I really hope to earn your vote and your support. I'm Nicole Williams for Congress. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss Nicole. Mr. Harry?
Thank you all so much for having us. We've done a couple of these. This is the best moderated one we've done. I reserve my time. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you all a question. Does it make sense to reset our politics back to the year 2015, like Donald Trump? No, that doesn't make any sense. That we're going to go back to the exact same conditions that created MAGA fascism in the first place? No, we need something different. We need to show people exactly what they're going to get if they vote for Democrats. Universal health care, universal child care, affordable housing, real investment in infrastructure and public transit, lowering the cost of living. That's what we need. Look, there are 22 other candidates in this race. 22. Some of whom showed up today. If you want experience, you have your pick. But a lot of these candidates have experience in the wrong areas. I don't take corporate PAC money. I don't take money from APAC. I only answer to you. My name's Harry Jaron. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we need to change some things here. This is a time where we need to do things differently. We have candidates that are running that have been in office already, but we still have broken system and we still have issues going on. So I have built a successful business. I employ over 80 people. I am in charge of making sure those families feed every single day. We need someone who will fight and make sure those issues are going on on and on. So we cannot keep doing the same thing over and over. And that's what I bring on the table. I bring hard work, I bring success, and I bring the job done. We need someone who has done it and has experienced it. And none of all these colleagues and all people who are here have built anything successful and would really stand and say, yes, we have to do things differently. We have to do things differently. We need to put leadership in power that will fight and get things done. And I will say that because I built a successful business and I have been
Ms.
able.
Quincy. Thank you so very much. Mr. Baker?
Okay, just because I'm standing up, that doesn't mean she was talking about me. First of all, I want to thank you for coming out here today. This is very important. Oh, security. Okay. First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out here today. We need this forum. This is a very important time for us. These are critical times. It is why we need someone who can go to Congress and get things done immediately. This is not a time for on-the-job training. One of the things that I'm proud about is building successful things in Prince George's County when I was county executive, and doing the same thing when I was a delegate. But we need people who understand how to work with Congress, how to bring things back, how to get a purple line built in the Trump administration, how to build a brand new hospital for Prince George's County during the Trump administration, how to work with the federal government, federal partners we have up there. I've done that. This is no time for on-the-job training. This is time for us to get things done. These are critical times. That is why I'm running for Congress, to go there and to deliver for the 5th Congressional District. This is our opportunity, and we're going to make it happen. RasheurandBaker.com. Thank you.
So at this time, I need everyone to give all of these candidates, as loud as you can, a clap, because this has been amazing. You are, look at this. You are getting standing ovations. This is great. This is great. This is great. So here's a couple of, please have a seat. We're almost in wrap-up mode. A couple of quick things. Early voting is June the 11th through June 18th. June 11th through June 18th. Primary is June 23rd. So you have the decision to decide who you want to vote for. It could be one of these individuals here or one that may not have been here today. But take your time. And when we end, they have tables. They have literature. Ask them questions. Speak with them. It's important that you know what their heart is, how they want to serve, and when and how they will continue to do things. I just want to again say thank you so much for allowing me to be with you all today. I think someone is coming up. Okay. I want to thank, okay, let me do my thank yous really quick because I see 2 people coming. I want to thank my family. My husband is in the back. My nephew, Keyshawn. There's my husband, Malcolm, and my girlfriends, Sonia and Olivia and Marcy. I appreciate you all coming out for your support. And without further ado, the president will come up, and I think Mr. Peace is making his way as
Barbara,
well.
can we use you every time, Barbara, please?
Sure. Let me let you talk to my manager. Sonia, can we make this happen? And I got to be paid this time.
You were great.
This sounds much better. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today for Maryland's 5th Congressional District Democratic Forum. For those of you just joining us, my name is Courtney Finkley Green, and I'm the president of the South County Democratic Club. At this time, I do want to acknowledge all the elected officials that are here. So the Honorable Jenny Pompey, the Honorable Juanica Fisher, the Honorable Charles Colbert, the Honorable Jonelle Moore Lee, the Honorable Emmett Jordan, the Honorable Anthony Tillman, and the Honorable Troy Lilly. At this time, I want to extend a great appreciation and a wonderful, wonderful compliment to you, Barbara. So I was sitting over there, and people were texting me. I promise you I was not surfing the net or buying off anything on Amazon. So I'm going to read to you guys some of the things that were sent. Barbara Holt-Streeter, after this performance, should go known as the BHS. Barbara Holt-Streeter, you did that wonderful job. Barbara Holt-Streeter, you have a commanding presence, and I'm afraid to be around you. You're like a kindergarten teacher for politics. Barbara Holt-Streeter was very good as being a moderator, and she also understood how to keep the pacing and try to keep all the kids in line at the playground. I just wanted you to hear that because a couple of weeks ago, I get a phone call from Glenn Moore saying, hey, are you having a forum? I said, well, I guess I am now. He goes, well, I have a moderator for you. I said, who? Barbara Hillstreeter. I said, oh, I know her. I said, that'll do. So we worked together and figured out how we're going to make this forum successful. And I think not only did she make it successful, but everyone sitting here, all the candidates, you can agree she did an amazing job. I would also like to thank our sponsors again. One, Mr. Emmerich Peace. Thank you so much. And I did pronounce that correctly. My accent did not get in the way. I'd also like to thank Wesley Oliver of Dream the Live Production. He's right there. He's the one that made sure that we were streaming. He connected us to WJLA, and he made sure all the mic checks went through properly, so thank you so much. And in addition to that, I also like to thank Glenn Morris of Color Pro. Now, most of the candidates here, they use him for their signs and everything, so thank you so much for also being a sponsor. And of course, he's hiding somewhere, but I know you're in the room. And I also like to thank our partners, the Elevore Roosevelt Democratic Club. We value your collaboration and dedication to civic engagement across our state. And more importantly, I want to thank our candidates. Without you, we wouldn't have a forum. So I want to thank Jerry Lightfoot, Heather Looper, Nicole Williams, Harry Jaron, Quincy Barbie, Rashawn Baker, Harry Dunn, Walla Gay, and Walter Kirkland. Please give them a round of applause. Because if they weren't here, you wouldn't be here. I want to thank my team, Reverend Helen Burden, Jenny Pompey, Sonia Wilburn, Arthur Ellis, Kat Choman-Knapp, Leah Mezek. Oops, sorry. You're a candidate. You were part of the team, but thank you so much. Okay, yes, she's part of the candidate team. And I also want to thank South Carolina Democratic Club and all of our officers. If you want to stand up and wave so everyone knows who you are. So thank you so much for helping and everything that you did with the club. And also, there's more. I would like to thank Dr. Juanita Miller, Dolores Millhouse, Dr. Valerie Miller, Shemeka Oliver, and everyone else that has helped to make this a great success. I appreciate you so much. If it wasn't for my team, expectants had been under the weather, this would not have ever taken place. So please, everyone give a round of applause for who helped, and the candidates and our moderator. Today's conversation was designed with one purpose, and that is to give you a clear, accessible information so you can make an informed decision about who you want to represent in Maryland's 5th Congressional District. We hope the forum helped you to learn more about the candidates, their priorities, and their vision for the future of our district. Thank you again for being here, for staying engaged, and for caring about the future of our state and our communities. And Mr. Emmerich Peace, he made sure that we have signs everyone can take home so they can understand all the wonderful things that happened here, and those will be outside, and you will not be charged for that because we like you that much. In addition to that, I want to thank Princess Harold from WJLA. We got a phone call Friday afternoon that they chose us to stream our forum across all the DMV, and that's a huge deal. So that means more than the people in this room had a chance to hear all these wonderful candidates and their visions and what they plan to do if they become the next congressperson for Congressional District 5. So WJL, thank you so much for the partnership. We greatly appreciate you. And with all that being said, have a wonderful afternoon. And please stay informed and stay involved and stay empowered. And thank you so much. All the candidates, please stay here because we have pictures, okay?
Thank you to the timing crew. Thank you guys. Wow.